She broke up with Diddy, yeah. I told Shorty, if she talking, I ain't. And she gon' call her friends up and brag about we did. Whoa, I ain't in the talking, go chop off your lips. If I ain't in your top 10, go top off a bridge. My black boys, I boys that knock off your lid. I thought you gon' pop off, so hop off my. Woo. What you mean? Woo. I said, what you mean? Woo. Listen, I don't trust her. So, no, I said, what you mean? Whoa. I said, what you mean? Woo.
You thought I was finished. You thought it was over. You thought I retired. You thought I was fishing with Kobe. I'm still as ill as considered as one of the coldest. Still a put up.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory out on that field. It's Isaiah Crowell's Browns going up against Joe Mixon's Bengals. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we are in the place the folks here call the Jungle, and that's Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd, and they're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Guyton. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And stepping into your screen, Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals offense as they come out and get ready to go. Last year in 2017 for Dalton, 25 touchdowns, 12 picks. Fewest yards per game of his career, though, just 207.5. Where does he stand in your mind right now?
Well, right now, he's probably a middle-of-the-road quarterback. But I think he can be better than that if they surround him with better players. And remember, during that playoff run, they did have those weapons. Those guys who could get the ball out to on the perimeter besides A.J. Green. Right now, he's kind of a lone wolf at wide receiver. The offensive line has to be rebuilt, and that has always been a strength of Cincinnati because they got plenty of runners. I mean, when you think about Joe Mixon, right, when you think about that crew, they can run the football, but they've got to get Andy Dalton some help. Surround him with better talent, he'll give you better numbers.
They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now running right through it. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there. 51 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up the touchdown on the opening drive.
Just a 4-play drive that time. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Bullock out now to kick this one away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And we get a look at DeShone Kizer as he and the rest of the Browns offense come onto the field. And he was the NFL leader in 2017, Charles, in a category you don't want to lead in, 22 interceptions. But let's put that into perspective. He just turned 22 years old back on January the 3rd. So I don't know that you want to just say, hey, he doesn't have a bright future because of that.
I would agree with you on that one. And, yes, there's a lot of improvement that has to happen. But it has to happen around him as well with the rest of the team. And, look, throwing a lot of interceptions as a rookie quarterback is almost a rite of passage. The Hall of Fame is littered with guys who threw a lot of interceptions young in their career. Will he be able to bounce back from that? Will he gain some confidence from the fact that he got through an entire first year in the NFL and he's still standing? And will he make the improvements necessary to seize the position in his second year in Cleveland? That remains to be seen.
On 1st and 10, Kizer. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Second down following the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Kizer. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. Here's a give to Crowell. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On second down, here's Crowell. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 24 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be re-signed, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis, some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Flushed out right. Gets past one man. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he's got room. Shifts by him. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it second down.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when you're running back and catch the ball as well, that can only help your offense.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Being chased out left. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. And over the middle, it's LaFell. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Croft, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Bengals score. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump.
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in, touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A first down throw coming for Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Mixon. Broken tackle. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've hit the end of quarter 1. 14 apiece is the score. We'll return to Cincinnati after this. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
And on this play, the read for the quarterback was the defensive end, and he was totally focused on the quarterback. He should have given it off inside to the running back.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Joe Schobert coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Kaiser now on 2nd down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Seth DeValve, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Browns have moved out in front.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field. But now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed. Way harder to cover than before.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 20. So the football switching hands here in just a second. And, you know, Tom Brady, just to go off on a tangent for a second, may have lost the Super Bowl, but 3rd MVP this past season, and what he did at age 40, really something, right, Charles?
Absolutely phenomenal. Ended up beating out Todd Gurley, the running back for the Los Angeles Rams. But he would have traded it for a Super Bowl win, don't you think? How about this? The last 9 NFL MVPs to play in the Super Bowl that same season, 0-9.
Yeah.
You go all the way back to Kurt Warner in, what, 1999 when he won the double?
We were going over that stat earlier. That is hard to believe.
But he would have been the MVP had the Patriots pulled that one out.
He still has 5 rings, though. 5 Super Bowl titles for Brady. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again?
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you. You are full of knowledge and information. And you know something? I'll bet Andy Dalton learned his full name as well because he figured out quickly, this is going to be my number 1 target. I got to know this guy in a big way. And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Throwing, Dalton. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Boyd. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd from 21 yards away. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. And it's a short kick, taken right around the 19. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Browns offensively getting ready to take the field again. If you take a step back, Charles, last 2 years for the Browns, 1-31. Worst 2-year stretch in the 98-year history of the NFL. Everybody knows that story. And the playoff drought at 14 years. Where does this franchise turn?
It's one of the great questions because I was on the record last spring that their draft looked about as professional a draft as you could have. 3 first-rounders. All of them became starters for them, when you think about it. Myles Garrett at defensive end, Jabril Peppers at defensive back, and David Njoku at tight end. All of them contributed. It looked like they were making progress. They've just simply forgotten how to win as an organization, a franchise, as a team. That's the number one thing. Get a win, get 2 wins, and maybe they can start to turn this thing around.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Kaiser. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Kevin Minter with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
As aggressive as Cincinnati is on defense, I was surprised that they only had 33 sacks last season.
Yeah, bottom half of the NFL.
I think that helped contribute to them not making the playoffs. Remember, they had a nice little run going. That's the first time they missed in the last 6.
But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it. Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Charles, we got a second here to discuss Cincinnati as their offense works their way back out there. Marvin Lewis, many thought on the way out, but now a 2-year extension, and it's 2 straight years without them being in the playoffs after 5 straight in the playoffs. Were you surprised that Marvin Lewis was given the extension?
I actually was, because he was at the end of his contract, and I thought that that was a natural endpoint for he and the Bengals, especially since, as you framed it, back-to-back years without the playoffs, back-to-back years of 7 and 9. But getting the 2-year extension tells me they're ready to rebuild. Retool this team. They've got to get better in the offensive line. They've got to get better skill position players. The defense is going to undergo some more construction now. Got a new defensive coordinator coming in. So the coaching staff, players, a rebuild in Cincinnati, and they think Marvin Lewis is the guy to guide them.
They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this thing go deep for LaFell. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. A reminder, with halftime approaching, when we get there, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first-half highlights and analysis.
And I hope he's iced down his throat, because he's got a lot to get through, because we've had no shortage of points scored in the first half.
It has been a fun track meet. Looking deep for LaFell. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here, because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock, because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. This will be Dalton again. Buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Gain of 9 that time on the scramble. 1 yard shy of the marker, and it brings up 4th. They'll try and run with Mixon. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Oh, one more time. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals have broken our tie as they take the lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. Bullock out now to kick this one away. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
Getting set to go here, Isaiah Crowell in the offense. Trot back out there. And, Charles, you can't really fault him. He's over 100 yards already. He's not the reason they're losing.
And that is really unusual because ordinarily when you set the tone this way and have run it this effectively, usually your team's in control. So it's a very strange situation. And you're right, you can't fault him. He's done a great job for his team thus far.
I'm guessing he's saying, feed me on the sidelines. Now will they continue to do it? And he's got some space here. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Fresh set of downs here. From the red zone now, Kaiser, and his throw is incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and it's second down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
10 yards still left on second down. Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. His throw incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's third down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
On third down, Kaiser. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Kessler goes off on fourth down, and on comes the Browns kicker, Zane Gonzalez, for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. It's a short kick taken near the 18. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it again with Crowell, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
A first down carry now for Crowell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
I don't know about you, partner, but I'm rubbing my eyes after that play. Did we just see that runner not get yarded?
And Crowell lost the football, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The #1 overall pick, Myles Garrett, showing why he was the #1 pick as he gets him behind the line.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, and sometimes that just happens. It is the NFL. They will make some plays against you.
Dalton bootlegs out. He's got his man, Boyd. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Now Mixon. And now running right through it. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, it's hard to get them started again occasionally.
Again, it's Mixon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive, and when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. So that's the 2nd time this game they've given it up on 4th down. They're now 1 for 3 on 4th down conversion tries.
But they must feel good about what they're doing, right? They continue to go for it on 4th down. Give the defense a lot of credit, though. They've stopped them 2 out of 3 times. Usually you have 4th down plays that you have dialed up and ready to go and you think are going to be successful. Not so far in this game. But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. Kaiser on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Higgins. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. 2nd down, just 1 yard to go. They'll try the right side with Crowell. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
They keep it with Crowell on first. Oh, he's got some breathing. Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, 50 yards. And once again, the Browns are back in front. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns. Also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it two ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
He had a great strong move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Second down, Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
Speed, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
And he'll give it here to his running back. They'll get it to the 23-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. This size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
The toss play to Mixon. Shutting defenders at the 15. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. Taking it in from the 20. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the fourth. And that score gives us our 6th lead change of the game.
Are we back on the playground on the seesaw?
On the seesaw battle, yeah.
Up and down, up and down. What a game we've watched here.
It's been fun. And that will make this a 4-point game. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Kaiser to throw it. Going up top. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Kaiser from the gun on third. He's going to air one out. And this is caught at the 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Seth DeValve, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the fourth quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But he was stopped on that play. But he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, able to shed some tacklers, but it's all for naught.
Yeah, that doesn't even seem fair, does it? Because this guy was breaking tackles, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what he did. A really good effort by him, but give credit to the defense of giving up no gain.
Forced out to his left. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and, in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And a short gain down to about the 33. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that was a young pup, the rookie, being intercepted by a veteran DB.
And I loved our quick conversation in pregame with him on the field where he said, hey, look, I love playing these young quarterbacks. They don't know a whole lot yet, so I can use my mind to put me in a position to make a play.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be run over. Hit hard as he'll be marked down right at the 20. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain, and it's second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Back to throw. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Back to throw. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Eifert has it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He's back to throw. Rolling to his right. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Okay, there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't you?
No doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. In the red zone this time. Dalton wants to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Tyler Eifert with time running out. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th.
How many people watching this one right here gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Bullock out now to kick this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. buzzer. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by George Iloka. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And to give this time to the tailback. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Cincinnati.